What's up, my dudes? Valkyrja, and today I thought we could recap probably one of the most important moments in Genshin Impact, the game's history. Zhongli's situation, everything that went down with Zhongli, because I know there are actually a lot of people who have not played before 2.0. I know there's a lot of people who picked up the game at 2.0, probably don't even know all of this occurred, but I'm going to recap everything for you guys off the top of my head to the best of my memory. And if I get some details wrong here and there, I'm pretty sure I'll be pretty close. I tend to have a pretty good memory about things like this. So, what happened with Zhongli? Zhongli was super hyped up. We had leaks of Zhongli. We had so much stuff detailing his kit. We were told he was going to be a good damage dealer, etc. That he was just basically good at everything, right? Basically what he is now. We were told we were going to get essentially current Zhongli, although current Zhongli is even better than what the leaked Zhongli was supposed to be. So, what happened was when Zhongli came out, he did no damage. And the current Abyss was cryo-based. Not the current Abyss, but the Abyss at the time was cryo-based. Floor 12 was heavily cryo-influential, so Diona technically had better shielding at the time of that Abyss than he did, because Diona gets bonus resistance to cryo damage with her shield, making it last longer because she is cryo, so her shield becomes cryo resistant. So even Diona was a better shielder than him at the time. That's the point people used. I think it's a straw man argument because, like I said, floor changes, but that was the only Abyss we had known up until that point. So he comes out. Diona's better than him. He does 0 damage. I mean, not wholeheartedly. 0 damage. People were running Crescent Pike on him to try to make him deal damage. He just could not deal damage. You could not deal damage with Zhongli. There was no point in building an attack on him. There was no point in doing any of that. Same way you build him now. But the thing is people severely undervalued the abilities of a shield bot. Now, you could deal damage if you cranked him up to 11 and fully invested into his ult and full sent the ult. There definitely was a way to deal damage there, but as far as like actual consistent damage with Zhongli, it wasn't happening. So a lot of people were upset. They were looking for any inconsistencies they could find. I think they found like one difference in the shield lasting 0.5 seconds longer in beta gameplay versus like a trailer or something. It was crazy. There was lawsuits happening in China where people would lorrying up to go after MiHoYo for false advertising for leaks. So whenever we say Zhongli situation, that's exactly what we mean. Because what happened was people get their expectations up based off the leaks, and there was so much stuff going around. And whenever it came out, because what happens with Zhongli is he got a lot of last second changes to his kit, and that made it so he did not release in the state that he was in the beta test with. So a lot of last second changes to his kit made it so everybody was raging whenever he came out because he was not what was promised. And like I said, they're bringing up some crazy stuff. So what happens is they were getting sued constantly. They were being called. They actually ended up, if I'm not wrong, they got reported to the government several times. And because Zhongli's technically the god of Liyue, and Liyue is China, so Zhongli's technically the god of China, they said Zhongli being weak is a disgrace to the nation and all that stuff. Reported them to the government on that too. Like, there was so much stuff going on about Zhongli. It was madness. So what they eventually did is they decided to buff Zhongli. The Zhongli's buffs happened in 1.4, I believe. Yeah, I think 1.4 is when Zhongli finally got buffed. And boy, oh boy, has he been strong as hell ever since. The most significant buff to me, in my opinion, is actually the shield buff. The shield used to not have the second part of that Jade Shield effect. It used to always have possesses 150% damage absorption against all elemental and physical damage. It didn't used to have the elemental resistance and physical resistance of opponents and small AoE by 20%. That is broken. That is insanely strong. That is really, really good. And also, it didn't have the normal charge attack and plunging attack damage increased by 1.39% of max HP. That also that wasn't a thing. And no, neither was the Dominus Laputus, Stone Sealy, Resonance damage. But nobody cares about that. Nobody cares about the Resonance damage being increased by 1.9% max HP. That also wasn't a thing. So you can see mostly what they added was damage. Ways for Zhongli to deal damage is what they added to buff him. They also buffed him around the same time they buffed Geo Resonance Geo Resonance as a whole, which Geo Resonance did need it. It was really bad at the time. Now it's really, really good. One of the best resonances in the game, in my opinion. They buffed everything. What did we learn from this? We learned two things. One, do not hold too much stock to leaks. Leaks can change on a whim. Leaks can change tomorrow. There's no telling what the future holds when it comes to leaks, because leaks are exactly that. They're subject to change. So do not hold too much stock on leaks, because you will be severely disappointed. Case in point. And two, with enough public outcry, you can change stuff. Absolutely. It took a long time. It was such an arduous task for the people over in China to get Zhongli buffed that I actually think it will never happen again, because it was just that rough of an experience for them. Like, you can go look up in detail if you really want to all the stuff they were doing. There was craziness. I think there was even an assassination attempt. People are crazy, man. People are absolutely crazy. But all this going down, I gotta say though, Zhongli was still good whenever he first came out. A lot of people just undervalued shielding at the time because, like I said, it was a cryo abyss, and a lot of people thought Diona was better. I still think Zhongli was good. In fact, I still use him for his intended purposes. I do this, and then I swap him out. And that's how you're supposed to use Zhongli. I don't really care about doing damage with him. I built him pure HP so the shield lasts longer. I do damage with everyone else. But to each their own. I think Zhongli was good when he came out. A lot of people disagree with me. I thought he was I thought shields were good because shields made healing irrelevant, and at the time, a lot of you guys aren't gonna like this one, but Chi-Chi was top tier. Before Diona and Zhongli dropped, Chi-Chi was one of the best units in the game to have because healing was scarce, and Chi-Chi was the best at it. Anyways, that's the video. That's a recap of the Zhongli situation for those who did not know. It was absolute madness and mayhem at the time, and it changed Genshin forever because now what Hoyoverse does, if people pay attention to leaks too much, they just go after the leakers now. That's why they've been several leaker hunt decrees and several leaker wars where they just go all out on leakers because of the Zhongli situation, all the drama that happened with it. There has been very long-lasting standing effects, but this event changed Genshin forever, permanently. Anyways, thank you guys for watching as always. Hopefully this was a very informative video for those that have not played before 2.0, that did not know about the Zhongli drama and why it formed the way things are now. Like, it 100% has, because now everybody references it, because it was such a big part of Genshin history. Anyways, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Let me know any like funny memories you guys remember from Genshin stuff. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.